Are you an e-commerce founder who's getting ready for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? If so, I have some tips and best practices to help you make the most of the holiday season. I'm Sean from Coast Digital. I have about a decade of experience in digital marketing, and I've helped many brands in various industries make the most out of the holiday season. I've found in my experience that if you keep your eyes on a few key areas of the business, it can make or break the season. So stay tuned and we'll walk through it. So in this video, I'm going to share 8 tips on how to maximize revenue during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so you're not leaving any money on the table. Now, if you do want a list of these tips with more detail, go ahead and check the description below. I'll go ahead and link out to a landing page where you can go ahead and download that list of tips and tricks for free. So take a look. Hopefully it's helpful. Starting off, Black Friday, Cyber Monday success ultimately boils down into 2 overarching themes: merchandising and attention. So strategically, how are we presenting our products in a way that entices the customer most? And how are we blasting that message out across the internet, especially given fierce competition during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and limited wallet share in our customer? They can only spend so much money on so many things. So here's a few tips to keep you on the right track. Starting off with tip number 1, keep the boat steady. So by the time this video is uploaded, it's going to be late September. It's going to be very, very close to Black Friday. So making optimizations to your accounts is definitely a good idea, but now is not the time to completely test a whole new campaign structure that your favorite marketing influencer was talking about on X or something like that. So go ahead and polish the accounts, make sure you're optimizing your campaigns that you already have, but be very careful and know that any optimizations you're going to make, if they're too drastic, you don't want to throw yourself into a never-ending learning period and have you go through learning while you're going through the biggest area of the holiday season. Number 2, go ahead and check your accounts for historically top performers. Take a look at the best performing tactics from last year. This could be search terms in your Google Ads or Microsoft Ads account. This could be top ads that you had in Meta or Pinterest or something like that. Basically, go through and make sure that all of the revenue that was coming through last year, you have the same or similar tactics for this year. The last thing you want is to go in and say, we're 40% down in revenue year over year after Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Why is that the case? And you see that your top keyword in your Google Ads account was paused. Bad situation to be in. Do yourself a favor and check for historical top performers. Number 3, save your budget for peak promo times. Black Friday, Cyber Monday comes at the end of November, early December this year for Cyber Monday. So it's important to not take your November budget and spend it all through the beginning of November when conversion rate is typically low because people know Black Friday promotions are coming out. Save that lion's share of your budget for the later half of the month. Save it for when conversion rate's going to be high. Save it for when the war actually starts, which is going to be in Black Friday. Finally, number 4, monitor your campaigns closely. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday, many e-commerce businesses make most of their yearly revenue, or at least an uncomfortably large proportion of that revenue during the holiday weekend. So there's a lot on the line. Make sure you have somebody who is tasked with keeping an eye on the campaigns. You don't have to sit there in front of your computer the entire day, but definitely make sure that you have partners in place, whether it's someone on your internal team or someone at the agency that you are working with who's going to keep their eyes on the account at least every few hours to make sure the website isn't down, the ads aren't disapproved, you have budget that's not running out by 10 a.m. on Black Friday. All of these things are very commonplace, and it's very important to have somebody who keeps their eyes on the accounts. So let's make sure we have that. So we're about halfway through our list. I'm excited to take you through the rest of the list, but do you have any questions so far? If so, let me know in the comments. My goal is to help you through this, weird, scary time period coming up. So hopefully you're getting some value out of it. If this content was helpful, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, because more videos like this are going to be coming out moving forward, and hit that notification bell too. So when those videos do come out, you get a notification. You can take a look at the content coming out. Now back to the e-com tips. So we talked about media buying tips. Now we're going to talk about specifically e-commerce kind of general overall tips. So we went through media buying best practices. Now let's kind of zoom out and talk about e-commerce as a whole. So number 1, very important that we go through our promotional strategy and ensure that it's all very organized, especially if you have a third-party partner who's going to be helping you through this. Presumably you have an email partner, a paid media partner, someone who manages a website. This whole team needs to be connected through essentially you as the founder. So let's make sure that we have some sort of document that outlines promotional details. So making sure you have the start dates and end dates for the promotions, as well as the specific times that those go out. If you have any landing pages that are going to be maybe a buying guide that you've created, that you can send traffic to, or specific Black Friday, Cyber Monday collection that you're going to send traffic to. Make sure that that's all organized in a single document so you can just pass that off to your partner. Shipping cutoff dates for Christmas delivery is also important. Holiday creative assets and copy. If you can get all of this information and anything else that you think would be useful to these partners, especially your media buying partner, put it in a document, give it to them with a nice little bow on top, and that'll be your gift to them during Friday, Cyber Monday. Next on the list is considering early bird specials. So 2024, the economy isn't in the best place. Last time I checked, about half of Americans are struggling to afford a $500 expense. That being said, credit card debt is at an all-time high. Buy now, pay later debt is at an all-time high. So these trends, although we're no strangers to them this year, there's been similar trends in years past. So what advertisers have tried to do is, instead of having competition all in Black Friday, Cyber Monday, in order to grab that user's wallet share, so of the amount of money that the user is going to spend during the holiday season, the earlier you give them that promotion, the less competition you have with all of your competitors, and the more money they have to actually spend with you instead of your competitors. So this year's no different. Consider early bird specials. Doesn't mean that if you have Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotions during Black Friday, Cyber Monday that you won't see good results. Maybe you will. You probably will. But in terms of where the space is going, I'm seeing for the first time the term Black Fall pop up instead of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So this period is expanding. It's getting earlier and earlier, and it's all because of those trends that I already told you about, of people trying to get their customers' wallet share and limit competition. So something to think about. Next on the list is prioritizing inventory. So kind of similar to one of the previous tips on making sure that you're packaging everything up nice for your partners to give it over to them. Another thing that you could probably throw into that is your product priorities going into Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Do you have specific bundles that you want to push? Do you want to have specific products or SKUs that you want to push? Do you have maybe high inventory on particular products? Maybe they're not the highest margin, but you need to move those out of the warehouse. That's a good candidate to throw a promotion on top of and to give it to your partner. And then, of course, high margin products. If we sold out of one product versus the other, what does that margin look like? Typically, partners, unless they ask, are not brought that information and not given that information. So if you can give that information proactively to your partner, if they're not asking for it, even though they should, it's definitely a good one to send over to them to make sure that they're not spending money on what you're about to run out of stock on, and that product is the least margin product you have. Next on the list is email and SMS. So both powerful tools all year, but especially during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, because you're able to speak to your customer in the environments that are closest to them. Instead of just being on their feed and competing with all of those other advertisers, you're in your user's inbox, you're in their text messages. Very important and crucial during this high competition period. So if you keep this regular communication up with your subscribers, it keeps them excited, keeps them engaged, keeps them informed about the promotions on your website. So last year, brands sent over 10 billion messages via Klaviyo during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This year will probably be the same. So consider these flow ideas. So you could make announcements of promotions at midnight on Black Friday with reminders if offers change throughout the weekend. When those offers change, sending out a blast to let them know that the offers have changed. If there's a midday reminders of ongoing promotions, this could be a good idea. If you're about to run out of product, inventory is moving fast, don't miss out messages could be a good one. Last chance offers, so discount codes for high engaging, non-converting users. All of these and more could be great ideas to test. I think the main takeaway is to make sure that you're talking to your users throughout the weekend. And lastly, we have site speed and conversion rate. So with 73% of Black Friday purchases happening on mobile, a strong mobile experience is crucial. If you have a bad user experience, there's so much competition, especially, this is all year. This rule pertains to all year, but especially during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. If you have a poor user experience, it's so easy for the user to exit out or go into another app on their phone or just put their phone down because they're frustrated. And it doesn't take a lot to frustrate a user. So in the link below, I've linked the resource to this document that has all these tips and more details. I've also included a link to Google's PageSpeed Insights website. You can just drop your website in there. It'll give you a printout of the biggest opportunities to improve conversion on your website, especially with site speed. I highly recommend you attack these issues sooner rather than later, because number one, you don't want to be making too many site changes right before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You run the risk of the site crashing and then you don't have any website during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That's why these larger companies do code freezes. That being said, though, if you can, even taking all the images on your website and compressing them, that will do a lot to speed up your website. So ensure a good user experience in your website and your users will reward you with purchases. And that's it. So these are all the e-com tips for today. So let's do a quick recap. Number one, keep the boat steady for your paid media. You don't want to make too many changes and throw yourself into a learning phase that you can't exit by the time Black Friday, Cyber Monday hits. Number two, make sure your paid media accounts are spending on top performing keywords or tactics from last year, so you're not leaving money on the table. Number three, save budgets for peak promo times. Number four, I can't lift this finger, so I'm going to do one of these. Number four, keep a close eye on your campaigns throughout the weekend. Very important weekend. Make sure you have visibility there. Number five, organize your promotional strategy for your partners and send it to them proactively so they're in the loop. Number six, consider promoting early to maximize wallet share to your brand versus your competitors. Number seven, prioritize inventory according to your business needs. Number eight, button up your email and SMS strategy so you can talk to your users in the environment that's closest to them. Thanks for the time today, everybody. I really appreciate it. I hope you grabbed something useful from this video. If you did, let me know in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, download the free resources linked in the description below. Whatever you'd like, let me know so I can tailor the future content coming down the pike to something that's actually useful to you. So really appreciate it. Talk to you soon. I'll see you guys in the next video.